All right, how's it going? I'm IPA fan, and this is Chug. We are going to be chugging Chug of choice, and then we are all going to be reviewing two beers from local craft brewing out of Tehachapi. So the chug that I'm going to do is Expensive Pillows from Ren Brewing Company, and this is a double dry hop out of Phoenix, Arizona. Ricky, Ricky,
Rick, you're
Oh,
next.
sorry.
Oh, I thought you froze.
I'm doing Beach Access from Civil Society.
good stuff. And
What is it? IPA, sour?
Sorry, it's a lager.
Okay.
I'm off today, guys. I'm sorry.
Bruja,
I am chugging a IPA from a local brewery, Citra Mosaic. I don't remember what else.
cool. And Sam,
Queen Brews, and I'm going to be chugging Opaque Dreams from Peer Project.
Mm.
So.
I'm next. Me. Beer lover here. I'm going to be drinking tart, fruited kettle sour, cherry, and boysenberry from Abandoned Brewing, Abandoned Building Brewing. 4.6%. Whopping.
J Hump,
Craft Wetness here. I'm going light today because I'm trying to watch my girlish figure. So I just got this daytime IPA. I got two of them.
fair enough. Rich,
Drunken Monkey here. Going with a Sour Me series from The Claw. The sour ale, 5.5%, strawberry puree and grape puree with lactose.
nice.
Holy shit.
Gordy,
So it's heavy.
Gordy drinks craft. I'm drinking Mindless Philosopher from Pure and North Park collab. So this is really solid. I really enjoy it. So 6.7%.
I love that name too. Mindless Philosopher. So good. All right, Al, you're in the center. Why don't you go ahead and count us down?
I'm in the center. Wow. All right, everybody, glasses up. Count of three. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.
guys.
Cheers.
Oh,
Holy shit, that was cold.
cold and uncomfortable. This is some of the most acrid sour.
cold.
You're right, bro.
Oh,
It's like it's so cold. The roof of my mouth is like frozen.
wait, let's let Sam's friend finish.
This is Miss. It's her birthday. She's really
Happy
trying
birthday.
to hang.
Happy birthday.
She's chugging one of these.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good
I
one.
didn't really like beer, so I was like, this tastes so good. Taste this one.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
There you
Yeah.
go.
she did it.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Get it, girl.
Birthday.
By the way, you had a very good beer, bro.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah,
it for me.
She said that's why she let me choose it.
that's not really a chugging mirror. Personally, it like takes a while to get that down. So Sam did you
Kinda
dirty
think-
right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yeah, she did. She did you dirty.
It's a delicious beer.
So-
He
though.
doesn't like beer.
It's delicious.
So I tried to pick something that didn't taste like beer.
Excuse me.
And it's so
I
complex.
even
Like
took
I
my-
was so amazed. You really do taste
Yes.
everything. you know?
Yes. With that particular yeah, you get all the flavors out of that.
Yeah.
Especially if there's blueberry, you actually taste blueberry.
Yeah, that's true.
So
My
I
first
was very
couple,
good.
my first
She
couple
liked
gulps
it.
like wouldn't go down. I brought it to my lips and it was like, well, drink, and it wouldn't go down. And then
Right
finally,
here
I
in
was
my
trying to
chest.
catch up.
Yeah, that's a bold one right there. Full flavored.
so
I just want to say I love your background.
Doesn't help that my-
up in two.
My background?
Yeah, it's like all dark. Blair Witch Project looking.
You know.
Yeah, that light in the back just distracted to me.
There you go.
Gosh, mine has a canning date of 4/7/20, so it's a little on the sweet side.
Nice.
Damn. So I took mine out 10 minutes before the episode and it was still fucking cold.
So with that
Shit,
being
threw it in
said,
the microwave.
we're going to go ahead and get into our review of two beers from local craft beer. So they're out of Tehachapi. We got both the slushy, oh my God, slushy tangerine vanilla, And we got Fruta de Serpiente, and this is a collaboration with District 96 out of New York. So I don't have a
That was
preference.
some really good Spanish, by the way.
It's almost like I speak.
It's impressive, yeah.
Almost like you actually speak Spanish.
So, Cisco, have you had this already?
Yes, I've had both
Do
before.
you think I like it? Because I'm a guy that don't like sours. Do you think I like this?
How about I just pour half of it?
Yeah, just taste it. Just
We'll-
taste it.
We'll go with
We're-
that,
we're
and
gonna-
we'll clean your palate with an IPA after. So go ahead and pour out the Oh My Good Slurshie. Do half.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Wow, it's at 8% for a sour.
Oh,
That's
ooh.
And it's
I
seriously
was not
carbonated.
expecting 8%.
I remember.
Ooh,
I'll say that. I remember what it was about.
I could smell tons of vanilla right off the bat.
Ooh, that is delicious.
Ah, nice.
That vanilla fucking comes through.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I'm pouring a full cup then.
Fuck it. Might as well drink it.
Do you guys ever get them to? Do you guys ever get them to become slushies? I can never make it with any of them. I don't know. Like, is there a certain amount of time in the fridge and the freezer?
Nah, that's
Roll
not,
it,
that's
or
not-
what do you got to
that's-
do?
That's not a beer, bro.
Actually, I did want to touch on that. Let's talk about that before we actually get into the review. So what do you guys think about people making their beer like in a slushies in the freezer? Yay or nay?
No, no.
Absolutely not. It's not a beer at that point.
No.
It's-
Sam, put your finger down.
I like it, and I will take like it just depends on what kind of beer. I'm not gonna do it to an IPA like a full IPA. I can do it to a West Coast, but something like this I will. And I have actually mixed like in the blender beer with and added some fruit to it too in the summer when it's really hot because I like those. So I like it.
I had one from Pier. It was a whatever, and it was delicious, but yeah, it wasn't a beer.
It's a novelty
I don't-
thing for sure, but I mean,
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
freezing your beer, you're not going to get a lot of those flavors that you would normally get.
Mhm.
That's
It's
funny.
going to be repressed.
That's funny. You say you put that and you put the beer in your blender. And I actually had a beer down in Carlsbad. It was a lobster place, and they do Blue Moon, but they add mango tequila. Holy shit! It's so refreshing when it's hot. I recommend it.
Yeah, I don't really like classify it as a beer. It's more like a dessert type of thing for
Yeah.
me. It's like really hot.
Like an Italian icy.
I still haven't had one of those.
So
There's another beer that's or sour, strawberry letter 23, I think it is. So I did that. I put that in a blender with fresh strawberries, and that was like same thing. It was like freaking unbelievable. It is straight up like a dessert. It's like a freaking smoothie or something like that.
So let's go ahead and get into the review. What do you guys think so far? Anybody want to share out? Al, I know you already cleared both, so you want to say anything?
I mean, I do remember yeah, I do absolutely remember the, oh my gosh, I personally found that it had like some cream smell to it,
Yeah.
but the tangerine didn't come through and it came off a lot more like grapefruit. So it kind of tasted like a grapefruit seltzer water with some cream flavor to it. That's what I got from it. And it's extremely carbonated.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing, but that was one of my observations.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of
So
carbonate.
I'm actually getting more of off the can. I get more of the tangerine and vanilla. As soon as I put this to my nose, I barely get any tangerine at all. It's more like kind of blank.
So I'm getting a lot of like Al said, I'm getting a lot of vanilla, and I'm not getting the tangerine flavor. It does taste more like grapefruit, but the vanilla is strong in this. It's
Right.
very creamy.
Yeah, it's prominent.
It's pretty good.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but one thing I am actually tasting the tangerine, but to me, it almost tastes like tangerine right before it goes bad on the vine. So like if you eat it, it's the juiciest right before it's like hits the hill and starts going downhill. So I'm catching that flavor. I'm getting it coming through with the vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, vanilla for sure. You get that right off the bat.
I think the vanilla stays through the entire thing. Like you don't just get it in the beginning. You get it on the nose, You get it on the first sip, you taste it on your tongue, and even the aftertaste, you get some of that vanilla. It's really strong, but I think it's a pretty good blend.
I think the vanilla mellows it out, because when I hear sour or drink a sour, you get those cheeks. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't get that.
Well,
I didn't get that on this.
well, that's because you're drinking a
This is
shitty
Wild West.
sour. If you drink a shitty sour, you get that super like warhead fucking
Is that,
right here.
is
in
that
your-
It's
Yeah.
it's
would that be
acrid,
a kettle sour then?
Yeah, no, yeah.
This you would not like this, and I didn't send
Some
you one.
people
So
like
you wouldn't
that.
like-
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
This is really really sour. There's no sweetness at all.
How do you like that?
I really didn't. That's why I chugged it.
Fair enough. Anybody else?
No,
want to share anything?
My first thoughts when I read fruited sour, I was thinking I was thinking it was gonna be sweet. So that surprised me when I tasted it, and I didn't get a lot of sweetness. I got some tartness from the citrus. You know, a little mellow on the vanilla. I barely get any vanilla, but I do get a lot of that tart citrus, which I'm enjoying. I mean, I like I said, I was expecting this to be just like a sweet, you know, like all the other fruited sours I've had, just, you know, bunch of sugar.
So one thing that local craft brewing is actually doing is their unfermented series. They're strictly vegan. They don't mess with animal milk, dairy, all that stuff. So they have a unfermented series where it's like, I'm thinking it's like vegan marshmallow or something along those lines. Vegan milk.
Up at the description, it's vegan white cake frosting and vegan marshmallow in this.
Oh, there you go. Maybe I should
Read right.
but yeah, the unfermented series, you're definitely closer to it, Ricky. You were talking about that whole like the thick and very sweet. That one's it doesn't travel as well from what I think, but yeah, this one I think just travel a little bit easier. That's why I got this one out to you guys. But it's good.
So then is this one, okay, maybe I'm wrong then. So is then the unfermented series different from what this one is?
They're very similar. It's just it's unfermented, so you got a lot of that thick, almost puree type thickness.
Right.
I like it thick.
I think that's what I kind of expected when I looked at the can of this. I thought it was gonna be like more opaque and it's more of actual sour beer. So,
Yeah.
but I still liked it. It was
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
definitely a little more of a tart, like you were saying.
Yeah, and I
But what-
definitely did taste like a lot of grapefruit, but like you said, it is probably more ripe tangerine.
So would we classify this as a hype beer?
No, not
No.
at all. Not
No.
at all. I think hype
No.
beers also come from like a high brewery, and
I want to say they're
don't-
small, right, Cisco?
But
they are relatively small. They are starting to spread their wings. They're definitely like in a few other states, but from what I understand, they're working on trying to get out to the East Coast, and this is one of their collaborations they're doing in the East Coast. And District 96 is going to brew one with the head brewer Tyson from Local Craft out there in New York. So they'll be dropping out there, and that's a good way to get your name out
Yeah.
there. You know?
I think that's already in the works, I believe.
Yeah, should be
So-
coming out soon,
Probably.
hopefully.
But the LCB is one of those breweries that are like right under the radar. They make a lot. I mean, they had in Dank We Trust. I don't know if any of you had that one. That was a fantastic beer. That was like 2 years ago. But they're definitely under the radar. We hear a lot about them, but it just doesn't get to that point where everybody's like dying to get their cans.
Right. Did the
Yeah,
I
Was that
believe
them?
so yeah.
yeah, and that was really good. I really enjoyed that
yeah,
one.
Right.
me too. It's pretty delicious.
They have a collaboration that every single time it comes out is just freaking amazing with Beer Thug Life, and of course I'm a Beer Thug Life fan. But they make this one called Cheers, motherfuckers. That's every single one that they come out with is just amazing, dude. I don't know how they do it. Every single one, and it's not the same recipe every single time. That's what's crazy. So-
Right. It's just like a theme for that one beer, but they change it up every once in a while.
Correct.
Like they have series of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think you sent me a couple there, Cisco, of those, and it's all. I mean, LCB, everything. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say everything, but for the most part, I've been impressed with them from the moment you sent me stuff. Just one other one of those breweries that you told me about. That was like, you know, like, hey, do you want to try this? Fuck, send it. And it was definitely damn good.
That's one of those things where I love about trading so much. It's exposure to breweries you might never even heard of or wanted to try.
Yeah.
Then you get it and you're like,
Right.
this, dude, I'm like, my biggest brewery right now favorite is Finback. I didn't heard of them ever until Ricky's like, here, try this. And
Yeah.
now like I can't get any Finback. So
I still haven't had Finback yet.
I got you, Gordy.
I've only had it in a collab with other half.
so good. All right, with that said, you guys want to crack into the next one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do it. All right. Ruta de serpiente. Like how I pushed the accent a little bit more on that one.
I was gonna say, just rolls off your tongue so nicely.
Yes.
Háblame en español, por favor. Háblame.
Se habla español.
¿Qué?
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 Mijo, just say sí.
Sí.
No. That's universal in all languages. No.
So before I say anything about this one, since I've tried it a few times, I want to see what you guys think about it.
Had to get some water to clear out that glass of any impurities.
So right off the bat, I get a kind of a dank flavor right off the bat. I mean, a smell, a dank smell.
Mm-hmm.
You can really smell it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of head to it.
Yeah, I got
You guys get
a lot of
head?
head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, even in my little glass, I'm like, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a lot of head.
Nobody went there with you, man. You rode that by yourself.
I was like,
Sam is having flashbacks.
what?
All right. That's tasty.
Let's hear it. What you guys got to say?
What's in here?
It's
I'm gonna let
very-
everybody say what they have to say. I kind of feel like I influenced people's thoughts by me presenting grapefruit last.
So
week.
is-
I'm not getting the dank smell, but I'm getting a lot of like grassy, earthy kind of notes.
So is this considered a pale ale, or is this an actual IPA?
It's
The double IPA, isn't it?
yes.
You're at 8%. It's not a pale ale. It should be an IPA.
It says it's
Oh.
a triple double dry hopped.
Triple double dry hopped.
Yeah.
That's a technique that they perfected at District 96.
They were like one of the first ones to do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's actually really good. I enjoy that. It's a lot smoother than I thought.
Yeah.
That's for being a triple.
I don't understand
Dry
what a triple
hop.
dry hop is.
What are the-
Oh, okay.
What are the hops in this?
Double.
That's funny. We're talking about a triple dry hop. The other night I had a quadruple dry hop, and that was so freaking bomb. I think Ricky sent me that. I think I tagged you on that.
Which one was it?
It was one of the other halves collab that they did. It was one of the Washington District ones.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but Al, isn't a triple like over certain percentage and then 8% wouldn't that still be considered a double?
Yeah, but this is triple dry
It's
hop.
considered a
the
double.
triple. So they dry hopped it three
Yeah,
times.
it's. I think the terminology winds up being different.
It-
Triple. Yeah,
They
maybe
hopped
triple-
it.
but
So-
typically like a triple IPA is usually like 10% higher. Doubles are from like 8% to that, and then the singles are just under 8. But I think the terminology with that triple dry hop thing, it throws you off. So this
Okay,
is
so
this
then
is
the-
definitely should be a double because it's 8%.
So then it's triple dry hopped double IPA?
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
I think
I talked to John about it at District 96. I think it's just a play on their words, to be honest with you.
I looked up the
Yeah.
hops for it, and it's
Last time I was there, I think we were talking about it, and I was like, "What is this whole like? You know, they have like their own little back and forth that they do with these guys, because you know John is from the West Coast too, so I guess they're peoples or whatever, so they have their own their own thing. I believe it's just the terminology they use for
Okay, that
a shit ton of
hurt
dry
my brain
hopping.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
because
Yeah.
LCB perfected a double dry hop and they did the triple dry hop. So they just like,
Right. I think that's
fuck it, let's just
that's
put it
their way of
together.
like that's the way of getting back to them, or like, you know, throwing a little shade on that.
So what do
But
you were saying, Sam, about the hops?
Oh, I wanted to look up and see because somebody asked about the hops. I think Rich asked what hops it were. I tasted the El Dorado right off the bat. Did anybody else? I could
I
taste.
did.
I could
I did.
tell. And then there was Enigma, and I don't know this one. It's Azaka.
Azaka.
Azaka?
Zaka.
Is that how
Yeah.
you say it?
Is that
Yeah.
That,
So it's
that's
those
supposed to
three
give you a lot of
hops.
orange.
Okay. Yeah.
I think all those three together bring a lot of
The citrus.
like stone fruit, like, you know, stone fruit, and a lot of like orchard fruit, like pears, apples, mango. I'm not mango, pears and apples. You know, like that type of. That's what I get.
Is that snake fruit? Or like what is snake fruit?
I was gonna say, I believe that's snake fruit right there that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay.
which means fruta de serpiente. So
What are subtitles right there?
serpent.
I'm assuming they're trying to say there's some bite to it with naming it that, which I get definitely from those hops being together. So
Yeah,
Tape.
it's healthy. I like it. I enjoy it.
So, Rich, what's your review on it, Mo?
I like it. I like it a lot. It is very hoppy. It does have a you know, not to pull off of somebody else's what somebody else said, but like Clarissa said, it does have a very earthy kind of smell, and I even have kind of earthy taste to it. I have a tendency, I've noticed in tasting different beers that a lot of the hops out of like Australia and New Zealand, I get a more earthy taste to them. And I don't know if everybody else gets that, but like seeing that Azaka hops is in it, and that originates in New Zealand and Australia, I think that's kind of where I'm getting that taste from. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of what I've noticed on my palate. But it's really good. It's really smooth. For an 8%, this is very drinkable and very chuggable, to tell you the truth.
Well, you chug everything, so everything's chuggable for you.
15% stout, very chuggable.
So with the back to the Australian hops, what I've been noticing, you kind of get more like a crisp, clean flavor off of them. So I guess that's where you get that earthy, dankness little flavor.
I think with the Enigma, you're supposed to get a little bit of wine, like berry dryness at the end, of your mouth, the mouth. You know, when you have a mouthful at the end, you're supposed to get that wine dryness. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kind of like
With
a
that,
cabaret
I
or
think
what?
it's like a little bit of a Pinot kind of.
The Pinot Gris.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pinot Noir. Pinot Grigio. Yeah.
That's how much I know about wine. I said cabaret, so whatever.
I would have just had wine. So,
Yeah.
so
No wine for Gordy.
one thing I thought as soon as I drank this beer is it reminded me of a West Coast IPA in the sense that unlike regular New England IPAs, it's a lot more hop forward. You don't just drink it and it's like just smooth. You actually got the hoppy bitterness of a West Coast style that you wouldn't expect in a smooth palate New England IPA, and that stood out to me tremendously.
Maybe that's the influence between, you know, the West Coast and the East Coast folks doing the collaboration. You get that in between. That's like good for everybody, right?
A Midwest.
Yeah, because I want to say that this is more of a West Coast hazy, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
exactly
that clear, but it's not that orangey like the New England ones. So it's right in between, like you guys were saying that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wouldn't call this a hazy or New England for sure. I think the bitterness is too high to be considered a East Coast.
Oh, you
And it's
mean
funny, the more I drink,
front end, the front bitterness you're talking about, like red,
Actually,
red
yes,
on.
I'm
right
starting
on
getting
the
like an astringency, like my tongue is like a little bit.
Yes.
little ting, right?
like, tú sabes como así hablo.
So, Al,
yeah.
What's
Al,
up?
you've been quiet. What's your review?
Well, I do remember it was citrusy. It did have a degree of grassiness to it. It was a little bit on the drier side, and that what Mercer, was it Clarissa was saying? that pepperiness. There's like a peppery bite to it on the downfall of on the backside of it. But yeah, for the most part, it was kind of dank. It was a little bit more on the mouthy side as far as like medium body goes, but it was a really good fucking beer in my opinion.
So the more I drink this, I get more of a grapefruit and lemon taste off the bat. Maybe that's why you're doing a little, where it's kind of a sour towards the end, in my opinion.
I
It
think
has
it
a
might be
weird
that-
like taste.
I think it might be that Enigma, like that
Yeah,
whiny.
Yeah,
flavor.
The bitterness.
Enigma did. Yeah, that's the only other hop that you would get that wininess from. But it does have like a white grape, white wine, Pinot Gris type of thing to it. I wrote it down, by the way.
So between the two, either stand out as you would prefer to drink another one of those as opposed to the other?
Definitely the IPA.
Yeah, definitely an IPA for me.
I would definitely
Actually,
drink this again.
On this one, I would actually go with the tangerine one. The
Yeah,
sour
but
slushy.
This is very unique.
I think that one stood out the most.
Something that had so much vanilla taste in it besides a porter or stout. Like this is the first time I've tasted something that was more fruity that had a vanilla accent to it.
So I have
That wasn't, like I said, that wasn't a porter or stout.
I've been letting the sour kind of sit on the side for a little bit, and it seems like as it warms up, I am getting a little bit better feel for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now I get some vanilla.
Yeah,
it
like
is different.
that's
Yeah.
like Chris was saying, like that vanilla is definitely coming through a lot more.
Yeah,
It smells so much
I
better.
have about half a can left, and and I could still smell it. And now I get more of that tangerine. Like I said, we had the vanilla before, but now I'm getting that tangerine right off the bat too.
Y'all stop it.
So yeah,
It's funny,
I
we,
definitely prefer
me and my
this one
buddy
instead.
yesterday we're sipping some beers, but for some reason, I guess we were having dinner. We poured one, took a couple sips, and then it was like we were talking about. It was like it tastes off a little bit. It tastes weird. But then we let it sit, and we had we were doing whatever, and then we come back maybe like 10 minutes later. It was a totally different beer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I love letting my
I
beer
guess
sit
that,
out.
that air and that.
You should never really drink them ice
So-
cold, man. You're robbing yourself, in my opinion.
I wish on some labels it should say like
So
Does
what-
anybody
what-
like really know like what the proper? I mean, and I'm sure like every beer has one. Like proper like pouring temperature for an IPA would be what, around 50 or so, 55. Because I know I keep my fridge pretty cold, but if I pour
Bruja
one
must
right out
know
of the
this.
fridge,
This is right up Bruja's alley.
No, actually, I have noticed that like some cans, a lot of cans usually have it on the side, but I think a lot of them are higher up. Like it suggests we're told 38 is what we should be keeping it at, but I think pouring or like drinking temp is usually like 43 ish. And then it varies like for styles. Like I mean, you're gonna want a stout and porter, of course, like a lot warmer.
right?
So what I started doing lately, I don't know, on Untapped, before I used to take a sip and rate it. Now I drink about half of it because it changes as I start drinking it more and more. And I'm like, fuck, this is actually better than I thought. Or this is just complete shit.
Mhm.
So I've been giving that a lot more like thought when I rate a beer now. So instead of just taking a couple sips and I'm like, okay, let's rate it. Now I just let it kind of get to the bottom. I'm like, okay, this was a lot better than I thought.
Yeah. Had I been rating this one, I would have definitely said I get 0 vanilla now. But now it's all freaking vanilla right there.
So we have just a few minutes left. One thing I want to say to anybody listening to this is if you're in the West Coast, try to get your hands on some local craft beer. They are not an easy drive. They're like an hour away from everybody, period. Personally, it's 2 hours just to get there, but it's worth the drive if you just want to try out a bunch of their amazing beer. And it's smaller, as Gordy said, relatively it's smaller, but they keep pumping out amazing beers with some solid collaborations. Anybody else want to add anything?
Yeah, if you want to try LCB out of California, hit up Cisco for that trade.
Yeah, well, if you are in California, I will check out. Obviously, Craft Beer Kings will have them, and G&D liquor store in Fullerton. They carry a lot of their stuff as well.
Nice.
Oh, that's good. That's
Oh,
good.
you can get this in a supermarket or like a beer
No,
store?
no, no. These are liquor stores.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's what I meant. I'm sorry.
That's
Do
good,
they
man. That's
distribute
good.
down this way? Do you know? Do they get further down to
Yes.
San Diego?
Yeah, you can get them as far down as Arizona, but you got to go to the
Oh, okay.
shop. The right shops, not
Far
every-
down as
Oh, never mind.
Arizona, you mean? That way.
No, what he meant.
Um, with that being said, we are coming up on about 5 minutes. Next week, we are either going to be doing a cider talk and cider chug and hating life with the cider chug, or we are going to be talking about women in craft. All depends on how we get things worked out. But with that being said, we are also going to be off Super Bowl Sunday because it's the Lord's Day and we all need the rest. And
We all need beer and wings on Super Bowl
Yes.
Sunday. So
Everybody here watches football?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I'm watching it
I
right
actually
now.
have it.
I watch rugby,
I'm
not
actually
football.
watching it right now too. I'm
Right here,
like,
dude.
I drink beer and eat wings. That's
Larson,
about,
you
that's
too?
about
You
as
watch
far as I
football?
Like it's on.
Huh?
It's on.
I'm the only one that doesn't watch it. Sorry. Sorry.
I
I
watched,
mean,
but
bro.
this season it's been rough.
So,
Yeah,
I
actually,
gave
this
up a long time ago.
this whole year with sports has been really weird. So, you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I've been
Mahalo, you
waiting
wish you
for
were.
this time of the season because even though the rest of the season was just like trash for me, I'm like playoffs, Super Bowl, I can get in, you know. And I mean,
Yeah.
I want to eat the chicken wings too. So
All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks. And
Cheers.
Oh,
let me end it.